Welcome to the Town of Deerfield Select Board of Health and Sewer Commissioners meeting for September 3rd, 2025. The time is 6 p.m. This is a hybrid meeting on Zoom and in the main meeting room at 8 Conway Street, South Deerfield, Mass. This meeting will be held in a hybrid fashion with the opportunity for both in-person attendance and remote participation. Please note that while an option for remote attendance and/or participation is being provided as a courtesy of the public, the meeting or hearing will not be suspended or terminated if technological problems interrupt the virtual broadcast unless otherwise required by law. Members of the public with particular interest in any specific item on this agenda should make plans for in-person versus virtual attendance accordingly. The meeting will be held in person in the main meeting room of Deerfield Municipal Offices. In accordance with Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, anyone intending to record the meeting must identify themselves to the clerk and provide their name and address for the record. Let's see, so I'll call the meeting to order. We have public comment. If there's anybody that has any public comment on items that are on the agenda or not on the agenda, happy to take those now. Yes, Matt, welcome.
Yes, hi, Matt Tuttle, 1 Whately Road here in South Deerfield.
Thank you.
I'd like to speak again tonight to once again formally raise a complaint regarding the treehouse noise pollution generated at their summer stage concerts.
Sure.
On concert nights, there's not a single room in my home that is free from the noise, which floods my house for at least 3 hours per night across 33 nights scheduled in the 2025 season. In addition, sound checks often begin early in the afternoon, directly impacting those of us who work from home. This ongoing noise pollution has had a serious impact on my family's quality of life. The town has consistently placed treehouse profits ahead of the well-being of its residents. We have all heard time and again that treehouse has learned a lot about noise management over the past few seasons of their summer stage concert series, yet I have seen no evidence, and more importantly, heard no evidence of how they have used or plan to use that knowledge to reduce the impact on their neighbors. The noise pollution is a problem created by Treehouse, but the Select Board's decisions have made it our problem to live with. Thank you for the time.
Thank you for your comment. Anybody else on this topic or any other?
Do you want to say anything?
Oh, yeah, please come on up. The mic is there. Just have a seat, state your name, and
Well, I could just.
or you could. Yeah, that's fine. Just state your name and address, and
Okay.
how we can help.
My name is Bev Boycan. I actually live at 1B Whately Road, and I ditto what Matt said.
Okay.
There has been noise, it's not music, it's noise, from the very first concert. And I know you have no idea personally what it's like to be in our situation. Am I correct on that assumption?
It's just time for you to make your statement.
Okay, that's my statement.
Yeah, okay,
That's
great.
my statement.
Thank you. Thank you for
Well,
your
thank
comment.
you for coming.
Yeah, appreciate you making a statement.
No, you don't think that's it.
Anybody else? No? Any other topics? Okay.
Hi, this is Noelle Doherty from 1A Whately Road.
Thank you, Noel.
Yes, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, thank you. I again am just speaking up to reiterate what both Matt and Bev have said regarding the ongoing noise pollution that emanates from Treehouse and how it genuinely is impacting the quality of life that we have here in our home. And I just really want the Select Board to hear our concern and know that it is 100% valid.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. We hear you. Great. All right. Any other comments? Anybody else online? Okay. Thank you for those comments. We have hearings and appearances tonight. Eric Meals, Chief Wastewater Operator. Come on up. Pull the mic up and. Welcome.
How are you guys?
Good. How are you doing?
Good.
Good. So we're going to talk a little bit about FY26 capital projects, and
Okay.
maybe we're going to, and then I think next week or the week after, we're gonna do a hearing on the sewer rates.
Yeah, correct. Well, we're going to talk to
Set a hearing.
DPC, yeah, and
Right.
try to set a hearing for November. Yeah.
Correct. Okay, great. And then I know you've been looking at a grant that you wanted to kind of talk about a little bit about Old Deerfield plant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a Mass DEP energy grant that is available. It's from $75,000 to $350,000 award with a 10% match from the town. I just thought we would have to have DEP apply for it. Obviously, it isn't a gimme grant.
Right.
The price for it is $4,900 for them to apply for the grant.
Yes.
We have the money in the engineering portion of our FY25 budget. Obviously, if we get awarded a grant, none of this has to be decided on or accepted. It's for fiscal year '26.
Yep.
I know you got the email. I have a couple copies that I can hand out to you guys to take a peek at if you want. I just thought it would be a great opportunity to maybe start moving forward with Old Deerfield.
Yeah.
South Deerfield, we're pretty happy with. We're pretty solid down there after the upgrade.
Yep.
I know there's a lot going into actually putting together a plan for Old Deerfield. This would be an opportunity for the town, if awarded a grant and approved by the voters, to actually kind of knock one of the items off of the upgrade.
Yep.
I think it would be a great opportunity for the town.
Yeah.
I mean, you know as well as I do, there isn't a lot of free money out there.
Right.
I know we would have to, put in some of our own, but I mean,
Yep.
the benefits, I think, would, to me, outweigh it, in
Sure.
my opinion, so.
Yeah, no, I agree. We talked to Matt a little bit about it too. And this specific thing that we would go after is more of deciding on a couple different options to handle the rags and stuff that come into the plant, correct? And the debris that comes through that.
I had Dave give me, it has to be, obviously it has to be something energy driven, something that improves the
Yep.
use of energy. The main one is the screen and press, which is part of, if we go forward with any kind of upgrade, that would be one of the first things we'd put in there, so it would be in the phase 1 of whatever it is.
Right.
That literally will take a channel grinder that we have now, motor runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and then it will put it on to basically what we have down at our plant now, but a smaller version.
Yep.
That actually is an automatic screen, which does a couple great things. It's better at getting the rags out of the plant, which is a hassle, cleaning the rags off the aerator, out
Yeah.
of pumps, valves, things like that when they get clogged. And it also, I mean, obviously it'll bring down the energy because it runs intermittently.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's not going to be like a humongous savings, but it's a step
improvement.
forward in the process, and it'll help the process run better because when you get a constant flow in your plant, you always want like constant state flows.
Right.
With what is now with the manual of the bar rack that we actually go down there twice a day and rake off, you get like this huge influx of flow.
Right.
Which, hydraulically overloads the plant for that few minutes, and then it slowly weans out until we do it again. So it'd be way more efficient, be safer for the guys. They're not down there working in that environment.
I would think that it would be more energy efficient too, because the rags all bound up around those aerators takes a lot of energy. to
And
kinda keep- and it
we've
keeps
done a
wearing
lot
them
of
down.
stuff to mitigate, they never used to clean the aerators as much. We pull them over, and that's hazardous in themselves.
Right.
Pulling all the cables over, reaching over the tank, pulling the rags off the aerators.
Yep.
We went from, they were sending 2 or 3 aerators a year out to get fixed.
Right.
We maybe do one a year, if that. I think the one now, knock on wood, has been going for probably the better part of a year and a half.
That's
no
awesome.
problems.
That's great.
But that's with constant,
of
but
manpower.
that's not only
Yeah.
in the nice months, we gotta do that in the winter months when it's
Yeah.
snowy, icy, all that stuff. So it's kind of,
Yep.
that's
important.
one of the projects.
Okay.
And that's in the, that's a device that you would put in the pit that's like 26 feet down?
Yeah, you actually would take out that channel grinder and it would fit, it would go right there where that's at. Like right now, we have a bypass channel that doesn't have a manual bar rack. You always have to have, you usually would have one, just for the fact is, obviously, if your automatic one breaks down, then you can put it through that. But it'll take that bar rack from there, put it over to the other side into the bypass channel, and then we'll have a new one would be there. That's all part of what we've talked about with needing upgraded come anyways. The other project is the plant water pump. Right now we have for our wash down water for what runs our chlorinator down there, we have we just have literally like a little irrigation pump that pumps water from the effluent back through the plant to be able to spray down with. So, we're not using potable water and spending our fortune.
Right.
It's pretty inefficient. If it goes down, we have one on the shelf, but there's not really a redundancy, especially during chlorine season. It's kind of a bite your nails thing. If it would go down, you'd lose chlorination until you switched over to the potable water. It would be to put in a new pump skid and a VFD, which would run more efficiently than the pump running 24 hours a day as it is now.
And VFD for us who are
all it does
variable
is whenever
something. What is it?
Variable frequency drive. All it does is whenever it starts and stops, it doesn't just slam to 100%. It ramps up, and then whenever it stops, it'll just shut off. But it's more efficient that way than shock to the system as well. So.
Right.
And then the other project that he recommended that we have scheduled anyways would be to put in new influent pumps with VFDs, which I put that down on the bottom just for the simple fact is we have VFDs now on that.
Yep.
And they're just older pumps. The new pumps would be more efficient.
Right.
The original project, we have rebuilding those pumps instead of replacing them, but that would be like I said, that's a decision that would have to be made.
Right. I fully support going forward. I know you said you had the money in the engineering budget already to at least apply for this. And then I think I'm really looking forward to DPC's kind of full plan so we can talk to nonprofits and the community about what our plans are going forward for the next several years. And then
and maybe some help. From
exactly.
Them, so
yep, and then to talk about, bring these costs to get them on the capital improvement planning committee, get them before that this fall, and so there's a lot of moving parts. But I think applying for this makes sense. We have it in the budget, so I would fully support doing that. I know.
So when does the application need to be sent?
They have to be in by the 21st of September.
Okay, so we're in good shape.
Yeah.
Well, he actually wanted to know yay or nay by Friday, and I told him that I was coming here. So, I have a copy of it with a sign sheet that you guys can look at and then sign if you want or whatever, and let me know, and I can forward that to Dave. But that's totally up to you guys. So
that's great.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, just the old Deerfield is what we're focusing on, and then the effluent pipe,
right?
Which is the ongoing. So
hardest thing to figure out. How to fund.
Did you have any sense of the cost of these three items?
Yeah, he gave me really rough ballparks. These are really ballpark, and remember that we could probably reduce some of it just for the simple fact if we do some of the finding the piece of equipment and doing it ourselves, and then just paying somebody to put it in or whatever could reduce costs. But he had the influent pumps and the plant water skid and VFDs would be, he put $500,000 on each of those, and then the screen and press would be $750,000.
Okay.
But to me, that sounds a little high. But that's
they always budget high.
That's obviously my opinion. So
So worst case scenario, according to him, it's 1.75 million.
Well, we'd only have to put in for one of the pieces of equipment. So
I mean, if we did everything, I was just trying to,
Yeah.
so your recommendation is the screening thing first?
I would
Yeah.
100% be behind that,
Yeah.
fully, like I
Part of
said.
the upgrade anyways.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know for the particulars of that. I guess I should have asked Dave that if we could put in a package for all of them and then just do one, or how you can do it, but
Yeah, because I think the grant is what, 75 to 300 and something anyways, so the
Yeah.
town would, even if, for the screen and the press, we'd still have to come up with our end.
Right.
But at least we could get a good portion of it paid
well,
for.
that would be, like I said, that would be a chunk you could take out of phase one, or
Right.
something else
Right.
you could add to phase one.
Correct.
If we decide to do the upgrade
Yeah.
down the road here, so.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And it also, you don't have to have a whole plan to, if you got half the money and you want to talk to the nonprofits who benefit from this,
Sure,
it's an opportunity where
yep,
we're meeting halfway.
Absolutely, we're trying to do something to
Yeah.
help out, so,
Yep.
I mean, I just,
it's a good,
yeah.
good plan.
But,
Okay,
but other than that, I mean, we don't have anything besides that, really.
Great.
We're not asking for
Aren't you
anything.
working on the electric part of that?
Well, that's part of, that would have been phase one, is the
Mm-hmm.
MCC panel, but that would be like $1 million in its own, so.
Right.
You don't wanna, I mean, you could if you wanted to, but.
Aren't we having that studied right now?
We are.
We're getting a proposal
Yeah.
drawn
Yep.
up for that,
Yeah, he's getting money, they're kind of a better pricing
Yes.
index for you guys, so.
Yep.
Yeah, but that would knock out that piece of phase one, or what, like I
Yeah.
said, whatever, if we want to move something up into phase one that's besides that, would help out.
right,
Because the sooner anything could get fixed over there is,
absolutely, we're on
so,
borrowed time, for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
So it doesn't have to go in certain steps, you can, like, go
Well, the
between
phase
steps?
plan,
Yeah.
we had, well, the one that we're having Dave give prices on, phase one had the MCC panel and the screen and press in.
Right.
Okay.
So you would be able to take a chunk of that out if you wanted to, and just do the MCC panel.
Okay.
Right,
The controls and all that stuff will be able to be wired to a new MCC panel. That won't affect anything.
right,
And same thing with plant water influent pumps. Those controllers are gonna be wired into the new MCC panel or go through it, so
Yep.
it wouldn't affect any of that.
Okay,
So,
great.
makes sense.
yep.
Well, I'd make a motion to support the application of the grant, and have town administrator sign.
Second,
Any further discussion?
It seems like small
Yeah.
money to hopefully have a large payback, and
Right.
And
so,
if they give us small amount and we don't think it's feasible,
Yeah.
then you know what?
We
We
figure it
tried
out.
at least,
Yeah,
So,
Yep.
it's worth trying,
well
for
then.
sure. We need
I'll-
more money pushed out to the west part of the state for this kind
100%,
of
so
stuff.
anything you can get.
Yep.
So do you want me to give that to Chris?
Sure, all those in favor?
Blake Gilmore, aye.
Tim Hill, GI.
Trevor McDaniel, aye?
All
Yeah,
right.
that'd be great.
Okay.
And then you could sign off.
Is there anything
Thanks,
else?
No?
Thank you.
Thank you for your work, thank you for your team.
No worries.
Everybody's doing a great job.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys doing good.
Thanks, Matthew, for sitting
Great,
through
yeah,
this.
thank you, appreciate you sticking around. Good. All right. So, select board reports and announcements. Anybody have anything they want to hit on?
I'll go after Blake.
Trevor, let me ask you guys real quick.
Sure.
Should we have him put it in for the screen and press? Is
Yeah,
that what
I
you
think
want?
that makes
Okay,
sense.
I'm just
Yeah.
making sure, because I can send him this, he has to write it up. Yeah.
Correct. I think that makes sense to me, right? Yeah, for sure.
I just need to write that. It says select board chair, but that's Dave's signature. You just want to email to him more? Will do, yeah.
Thank you, guys, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Did you have anything you wanted to hit on for the,
No,
any items? No?
no, nothing that,
So I just wanted to say that we met with the USDA team today on the 1888 building project. We met with the OPM, the project manager for the town, the architect, myself and Christopher, and we had a very productive meeting, 26 minutes. Everybody understands the expectations for how the project's going to be run, and I'm just really excited that everybody's got high energy level for this project. And one of the things that we experience in this building is inability of residents to see what's going on the screen because the sun's here or whatever. And the prospect of being in a new building with a new facility that's user-friendly for the residents and the community in November of next year is pretty exciting.
And our employees aren't
Baking
Baking.
and freezing and
freezing and baking at the same time.
so, and to be able to use the 1880 building again for
New
community purpose, it's going to be a great thing.
Yeah, it's great. I just wanted to once again thank Sue Antonellis. She is retiring from our rec department. It was a wonderful party on Saturday. Tim and I came, and I called Blake about it as well, and just really fun to see the kids together, and all the people come out to support Sue, and then Chicken Wire played at the afternoon. It was really nice to see everybody come and thank Sue for 25 years of service, serving our kids, our families, providing entertainment, exercise, learning how to play as a team member, and not just for the win, but to play as a team. And you just instill really good skills and good morals in our kids for all those years, and just really wish her the best. I'm excited she's going to have time to garden and travel and spend time with her family. So I'm sure she'll be around to offer some advice and help as we go forward. But just we had a great party on Saturday. It was fun.
I did ask her what she was going to do, and she told me she's on her way to the Cape this
That's
week.
right.
So
She's
I
already
think
out of town.
she's already out of town, but
Good. That's
Yep.
good.
And definitely the amount of emotion
Yeah.
that she exhibited on Saturday, Sunday, was it Saturday?
I think it was Saturday.
Saturday, yeah.
Saturday.
Was just indicative of how much she cares about the community.
Yeah,
So,
for sure. Yeah, and people really loved her. It was great. Board of Health, items to talk about. I think we've dodged a real bullet with mosquitoes this year. Ticks are still a mess. I did want to ask a little bit about, I saw the new Deerfield Current was out, and I didn't get a chance to read it yet, but there was a headline about, right about now, we're talking about flu clinics and flu shots and vaccines, which is kind of crazy in the news at the moment because our government seems to be falling apart, falling down on the job. I'll speak personally about that. I just think they're totally missing the mark, and it's a bit embarrassing to watch. But locally, we're going to be here to support people and make sure people get vaccinated. So it's important, and it's important for everyone's health. So I didn't know, a lot of times we're talking about what the FERCog is working on for clinics, and maybe we can revisit that again the next meeting, or do you have any
I know,
views on that?
do we have it on the website? There's been a flu clinic for senior citizens that's scheduled for the end of September.
Oh, good.
Through the Valley Health Regional Collaborative.
Great.
And Megan Tudrin, who's the Greenfield town nurse, oversees that program for us.
Yep.
And she's a resident of Deerfield as well. So I think between 75 and 100, adult strength vaccines are going to be available. And if there's not on the website, we need to get it on the website.
It's on there, yeah.
What date is
Yep.
it?
September 30th. It's 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the fire station here in South Deerfield.
Yeah.
And they
Thank
do recommend pre-registration,
Yes.
but walk-ins are welcome.
Yeah, and I think there's a link. I don't know if it's available on our website, but it's been on Deerfield Now, and I'll encourage Megan to post it again.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Thank you.
so that's
Great.
a great thing.
Yep, awesome. Minutes, we've got just up-to-date minutes. It's just impressive. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of August 20th, 2025, and a joint with the FinCom Select Board meeting minutes for August 18th, 2025.
Second.
Any further discussion or questions? I had one question about, did Phyllis Weidenkevitz ever get an answer through Eversource or anything? Is there,
She got more than an answer. She got the tree taken down by Eversource. So yeah,
There you go.
They agreed with her
Well
assessment
done.
and they took it down.
wonderful. Sounds good. See? Local government works, people. Just come and ask, and it happens. So,
And on the Eversource dime, which you pay for on your monthly electric bill.
Yeah, no kidding.
very nice. Great. I guess that's it. All those in favor?
Blake Gilmore, aye.
I will say that I'm very happy to see that there's only 2 minutes here.
Yep.
And Tim Hilchey, aye.
Thank you. Great. Trevor McDaniel, aye. Thank you very much for all the help putting that together. So we have discussion items tonight is the FRTA Advisory Board member. I did talk to Bob Decker, and he is interested in continuing on. And I guess before we had appointed him for 3 years, but it was supposed to be only a year term. So that's what we're doing. And I could make a motion to appoint Bob Decker as the FRTA Advisory Board member for the town of Deerfield. I had the dates here somewhere, but I know that was through July 1st, thank you, of 2026.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Blake Gilmore, aye.
Tim Hilchey, aye.
Trevor McDaniel, aye. That's done. Recreation Director, I guess can state that we're going to enter, we've asked the town administrator to enter into negotiations for Gabrielle Harrington, and we'll see how that process goes, and hopefully we'll see another great member of our staff join us. Do you want to talk about the library move-in? I know we hit on it in your comments, but is there anything else to talk about at the moment?
You know, I would just say we did have a chance to have a meeting with DA Sullivan, on Tuesday, and then of course we also had a building committee meeting, as I believe Tim mentioned.
Yeah.
Currently, I believe there's a library trustees meeting starting in about 3 minutes, and so there should be some more information and maybe a recommendation coming out of that meeting, and an opportunity for this body to consider that at our next meeting.
Sounds great. Perfect. Thank you. And then we just had on here parking circulation and municipal campus. Just maybe an update on where.
Yeah, quick update. Mountford, the general contractor for the 1888 building, has been they've been good to work with and flexible on the fencing. I know when it first went up, it was kind of like, how are we going to get into this place? So they did move it over to create a fire lane temporarily. We are going to be having Matthew put a gravel drive through the arborvitaes next to the police station, just to make sure we've always got that access. And we're checking with South Deerfield Fire District to make sure that would be acceptable for them as well, but I believe it will be. Right. And then, hopefully, at some point the fencing can move a little bit, again, but they're going to have a lot of equipment. And once that addition is constructed, of course, that space is going to be quite tight. So I've just asked all town employees and visitors, bear with us, excuse our dust, et cetera.
And if they haven't noticed, we have a beautiful town Leary lot you can park in, short walking distance. So.
Yeah, and the one thing that I will say is that from our meeting this morning, Mountford anticipates tearing up the asphalt in the next week to 10 days, and there will be some public ceremony to inaugurate the project, and there will be piles to make that a visible.
Yeah.
A true groundbreaking. Yeah. And we're still working with USDA Rural Development on the details, but I think we'll certainly want to invite our legislative delegation as well, particularly given their role securing that earmark.
Yeah. Huge help. That's great. Okay. The next item to talk about is Treehouse Brewing Company entertainment license revisions. So I'm not sure if we have to set a date for that, but we have obviously heard complaints over the year, and we've been kind of absorbing those and trying to come up with ways to help alleviate that frustration people have, and still find a useful way to have the events. So I know that Greg has put together a few, and probably Christopher as well has put together a couple of examples of things that we could do for conditions. But I just wanted to open it up, I guess maybe just start talking, maybe. you wanna-
Yeah, I would just say, the thinking here is obviously there's still a few concerts left this season to happen in September, possibly early October. But I know, these entertainment licenses come up for renewal basically every December, kind of at the very end of the calendar year. So while it's all still fresh in everyone's head, we wanted to have the opportunity to talk about it, talk to Treehouse about it, and obviously there's a lot changing on their side as well. They're putting in a secondary egress for that site, and trying to move towards that higher occupancy level. So that may well change some of the parameters we're talking about here as well. But again, just while it's fresh in everyone's mind, wanted to have the opportunity to talk about it a little.
For sure.
Right, and one of the things that I reached out to Allison Masley, who's the events coordinator, just informationally today. At what level of attendance would they be able to do concerts on weekends?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure that at 1,500, it's, and usually they have 1,200, even when they say they're sold out. That's not enough to allow, to attract the people that they're asking. Basically, what these weekday concerts, which are disruptive to people's lives, they're filling in from their weekend schedule. They're on tour, they do a big site, they're traveling between X and Y, and we're in the middle, and they say, okay, well, we'll defray the cost of our hotels by playing in Deerfield. At some point, Treehouse may decide they don't want to do 5,000, which is what they've been working towards. But if that's a level at which they could do these things on weekends, I think people would be a lot happier. So I haven't got a response from her, but I would like us to explore that with Treehouse because, particularly in school season, either at the end of the year, in the beginning of summer, or in the fall when they're just going back to school, it's not an ideal situation.
Right. I think, a couple of examples was to use a PA system that, was specifically for this venue and require that all acts use that so that we'd have a better idea of, control over the music and, the sound. And then that the sound engineer operating the PA for these events shall make all reasonable efforts to adhere to the sound level recommendations set forth in the World Health Organization's global standard for safe listening venues and events. The other item was school night condition, which I feel extremely strong about this, that on any evening preceding a scheduled public school day within the town of Deerfield, all activities, including but not limited to live music, amplified gatherings, licensed events, shall cease no later than 10. I think I would adjust this, and I really, my biggest concern is that, well, other than the noise and the fact that people are having to listen to that and feel it, is the concerts on a school night is really just, especially on the beginning of school, is the one thing that I'm really serious about, and I don't know how we go about making sure that is part of the condition. There's what we want, and there's also what's legal. So, we have to figure out, and I don't want to speak out of turn or without knowledge from an attorney's advice, but so there's work, I think, still to be done on this stuff, but I feel like that is important. And then defining the season dates, like when they can start, when they can end.
And I just want to clarify that this is not specifically, although it might seem it's not specifically aimed at Treehouse, it's a policy for the town. So if the rec department was going to have a concert on a weeknight and it was a school night, they would be subject to the same rules and regulations as any other business or organization in town who wanted to do this. It just happens that Treehouse is the current concert company that is affecting people's lives. So.
Anybody else?
Well, the other thing is that we do have other venues that are in town that do have concerts, but they're all on the weekends. Nobody does concerts during the week. The other part of this thing is that, and this is something that Christopher and I have been talking about, is to limit the events to a summer schedule, whereas when school is in session, the concerts don't happen. And I'm not sure if we can do that. I don't know if that's feasible, but that's something we definitely need to look into.
Well, and the other difference is too, that like some entities are not in the entertainment district versus this one. So there's different laws regulate different things. So it's different locations and different events. So, yeah, there is more work to be done, trying to find a solution for people that are, having to listen to this and feel the music when they're not interested in doing that.
And then there are some specific things to Treehouse which we would try to work with them collaboratively. Is there a way to mitigate bass?
Right.
One of the things that in stage design, can they elevate the bass so it's not on the ground, so it doesn't transfer directly into the ground because it propagates, and oftentimes the bass is what most bothers people.
Right.
So
Yep.
Yeah, work in progress, but
Yep.
definitely the select board and the town administration are aware that we need to work on this in a more successful way than we have in the last couple of years.
I think we've tried, it's not like we haven't tried,
Right.
we haven't ignored it. We've tried positioning, we've tried, and they've invested in a sound system as well, where a majority of the concerts are using that. There's some that have brought their own because of the size or specifics in their contracts as well. So it's a work in progress, but we'll.
And then there's the whole nature does what nature does. And
True.
some nights, I went out with Greg Snedeker to the second night of the same band played 2 nights in a row, and one night apparently it was particularly audible. The night we went out, and we went out all around town, while we were out, it was not very audible at all. But apparently later in the evening, maybe this band was one of them that had their own soundboard.
Yeah.
Maybe the ambient noise went down when people stopped driving on the highway, and then it was much more audible apparently. But while we were out, it was like, I can hear the cars, but I can't really hear the music. So I'm not saying that it wasn't audible. I'm just saying that in this one time, and we've done this several times. It's not like we haven't been doing this. Blake and
Going out a lot.
goes out a lot as well. Trying to, and then you have a country and western concert that you think is going to be quiet, and apparently it was like
The loudest one.
right. And anyway, it's a challenge.
Yeah. Any other items? I mean, we'll keep visiting this, but any other comments so far?
Yeah, we've got,
Greg, go ahead.
I had Ned put something together because he'd been working on this as well. He's come up
Okay.
with some suggestions that we can discuss later.
Yeah, I mean, I would just, I've been logging, so the public knows I've been logging all
Yes.
complaints that come in.
Which we have here.
Yeah, and I put it in a spreadsheet so that you know what the concert is and where the address is. It gives us an idea where the sound is traveling at this point. And it has changed over the years. I think,
Yeah.
in terms of, I think the complaints are actually less than last year.
For sure.
And the sound does seem to be a little bit better under control now that Treehouse is engaged with a sound company to do pretty much most of the concerts. So that does seem to be helping, but as you pointed out, there's still more work to be done. It's such a complicated thing because what you're used to in ambient noise, when that goes down, you begin to hear
Everything
the concert more as Tim pointed out. As it gets later, the traffic noise tends to die down, and other things tend to die down, and so you become more aware of the sound, which is difficult.
And I have not been able to go into anybody's house.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that could be another factor where bass travels into the structure of the house, and you don't hear it outside,
Much more amplified
but
in the
in the
home.
house you hear it. So it's a challenge to go knocking on someone's door. Can I come in and listen to the concert?
We're there.
Because I was outside your house not long ago, and as I said, at that point in time, and it was like we stayed for 20, 25 minutes, mostly with the highway, and when the cars were gone, we could hear. But later in the night and inside your house,
Could be a
if,
different scenario.
you know,
Yeah.
it could be totally different, even at the time I was there. So I
We appreciate the offer.
No, I mean, I
Yep.
got to, you got to witness it.
Yeah.
Yes, the trombone, there's a concert,
Trombone Shorty.
you gotta come that time.
Did you hear him last time? They,
Oh, yes.
okay. He's got a bright brass,
Well, I mean, in my
Ensemble.
house, but it's not like it's.
yeah.
pleasant, you know,
No, I
so
understand what
it's-
you're saying. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Okay.
And I'm inviting 3 of you, please. Chris and Greg, you can come too.
Have hors d'oeuvres? Will you have hors d'oeuvres?
Maybe we can get a treehouse pizza.
Right, exactly.
Sorry, just kidding.
Okay, thank you. All right, so we need to look at opening the warrant for the special town meeting on November 3rd, 2025.
Yeah, and you know, it says open the warrant, but you don't have to open it yet if you don't want to.
Okay.
But I did want to just make sure we were talking about, you know, setting it for November 3rd, doing it at the school,
Yes.
and having it, I believe, start at traditionally, at least the last few years for special town meetings, we tried to start at 6.
Correct.
So just wanted to get those kind of logistics set so we can secure space,
Yeah.
make sure everyone's available, and
Yep.
and get the warrant at least drafted.
Right, would love to start talking about that and, you know, what kind of capital projects we want to talk about and,
And have we
moving
looked,
some money.
have we looked at the school to see if the auditorium's available that night?
That's one of the pieces we got to
Yeah,
take a look at.
okay.
But I believe Cassie took a preliminary look and said
Yeah,
it
that's
seemed
what I
okay.
read.
But
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Do we need to authorize you to see?
I don't think you need a motion or anything.
Yeah, we're
Good.
good.
6.
6,
Yeah.
yes. And then we want to schedule a FY '26 sewer rate hearing for November. Do you have a date in mind on that?
Yeah, so I know talking to Sarah, you know, she generally doesn't get the water district info quite as quickly as she would like it. So I think we were looking at mid-November.
Okay.
We've got, let's see, I just want to pull up our meeting list here. We do have a meeting on the 19th.
Okay.
So we could, you know, plan on doing the hearing then, and then the actual, you know, posting would have to go out, I think, 30 days before
We have
that.
a
So
meeting on the 19th?
that's what I'm seeing, but maybe we moved things around and I missed it.
Because of the holiday?
Yep.
Yeah, we did move around our fall meetings
Oh,
to
we did?
avoid Thanksgiving
Okay,
and,
great. Yeah,
yeah.
because my regular is not there, so.
Yep.
Oh, right, because we're not doing the 26th, right? We're going to
Right.
do it.
Correct, yep.
Got it. So that makes sense.
Yeah, so did we move the first one to the 5th and then the 19th?
Yes. Well, let me see, actually. Hold on. I know Greg had a list, so I know we've got, what I'm showing is, excuse me, an October 29th meeting.
Yep.
And then,
You said October
The
9th?
12th and the 19th? Okay. Yeah, because I have the 12th in here, the 19th, so, okay.
That's correct. That should be on.
And then it's the 10th and the 17th in December. Is that right?
10th and 17th, yeah.
Because of the
The 3rd and the 17th.
the 3rd and the 17th? Okay. That's fine with me.
Check the, I put it on the calendar.
yeah, 12th, 19th.
And then December should be, I think it's the 3rd and the 17th.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll get rid of the 12th.
So, yeah, it looks like, Wednesday, November 12th or Wednesday, November 19th would be
Okay.
preferred dates for that.
Either one, whatever you guys.
Okay, all right.
That's great.
I'll confirm with Sarah.
We already appointed Decker. Do you have any updates you want to give? I don't think that's it for our agenda tonight.
I just entertain any questions from the board on any ongoing projects. I know I feel like back in August with our finance committee meeting, I kind of get to run down the whole list, and Alex is going to be here next time. She's at senior housing currently, and she's got looks like our meeting ended.
Oh, there you go. Perfect timing. Perfect timing.
40 minutes. When did that happen?
Idle time, did we not restart the recording? No, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
We've been having some bugs
we
with
have
our
technological
Zoom.
problems.
But
That's usually an account that's not paid for. It's usually
Oh, yeah, you're right.
free for 40 minutes.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Huh.
interesting. Well,
Motion to adjourn.
Second,
All those in favor?
Blake Gilmore, aye.
Tim Hilge,
Chair McDaniel, aye. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for your comments.
thank you.
Appreciate that.